Welcome to our Voices of Freedom celebration. This year in Social Studies, we have learned about families, communities, our government, and geography. We would like to share with you some of what we have learned. Families take care of each other, keep each other safe, and help each other learn responsibility. We each learn certain ways of doing things from our families. We learn about our traditions and culture from our families too. We are fortunate to have a variety of cultures represented in our community. Culture is passed down from generation to generation. It is the way we live. It is your food and music. Recently at Open House Night, our Wagner's Parents Club hosted a potluck and cultural celebration.
Celebrating different cultures through sharing traditional foods. Events like this help us gain an appreciation for different cultures and traditions.
Our ancestors can teach us a lot about the past. We can learn from different generations about how life was different in the past and how it's the same too. Over the years, people from all over the world have immigrated to our country. An immigrant is someone who moves to a country to another. Many immigrants leave their homes to make a better life in a different country. We are now going to sing a song called Our Family History. It is sung to the tune of a popular folk song that you may recognize called Oh My Darling. The song shares about how every family has a story to tell.
When immigrants arrived in the United States, many want to become citizens.
A citizen is a person who belongs to a country. You as citizens have the right to live, work, and vote in our country.
On the other side of the country, Ellis Island welcomed more than 12 million immigrants who traveled to our lands by boat on go.
One of the first things these immigrants saw was the Statue of Liberty. Back in 1884, the French people wanted to honor America for her independence, so they made the Statue of Liberty. The statue was a symbol of friendship between France and the United States. In 1886, our country celebrated the unveiling of the Statue of Liberty. Many people gathered for this historic event. There was a huge celebration in New York Harbor. We will now reenact the day the Statue of Liberty was finished. Dad, this is a great parade. Look at all that paper flying out of those windows.
That's right, son. Today is a special day. The Statue of Liberty is finally finished. Today we will be able to see what it looks like.
And we helped. I gave 10 cents to help pay for the base that was built for the statue. Jack gave 10 cents too. We are lucky that so many people donated money, just like you did. Did you know it cost $100,000 to build the base? Wow, that must be a big base.
It would have to be because the statue is 150 feet tall, and you have to go up 354 steps to get to the ground.
Yeah, and I read in the newspaper that the statue weighs 450,000 pounds. 450,000 pounds? No wonder they had to break it apart to get from France to here. Dad, look, I can see the statue over there on Bedloe's Island. We are here on Bedloe's Island, New York City Harbor. It is October 28, 1886. Here is Mr. Bartholdi, the man who designed this grand statue. Mr. Bartholdi, will you tell us about this magnificent statue?
Yes, the people of France are so happy that the statue is finally finished.
How long did it take to build?
13 years. I had help from lots of other people and designers, like my friend Mademoiselle Eiffel.
How did you get such a large statue all the way here from France?
After we built it, we had to pack it into 214 crates to ship it to America. Then the statue had to be welded back together when it arrived in New York Harbor.
I noticed her crown has 7 spikes.
Yes, each spike represents one of the 7 continents.
What is that broken chain by your feet?
It stands for America's independence.
What is she holding?
She's holding a tablet with the date of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, July 4, 1776.
Oh, look, I see President Grover Cleveland is ready to give his speech now.
This is a very special day. We thank all the people of America who gave money for the building of the base. We thank the people of France for giving us this beautiful symbol of freedom. We will welcome immigrants who come to this country, waiting for liberty for many years to come.
Years later, in 1924, the Statue of Liberty was declared a national monument by President Calvin Coolidge. This next song is about this famous national monument.
Our country was formed almost 250 years ago. At that time, it was made up of 13 colonies along the Atlantic Ocean.
Just like many immigrants today, the colonists have moved to this land from another country.
They asked Thomas Jefferson to write a document telling their reasons for separating from England. Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence. In it, he said, "We hold these truths to be self-evident that all people are created equal."
On July 4th, 1777, the leaders of the colony signed the Declaration of Independence.
From that day on, the colonies became their own independent country and called themselves the United States of America. Our founding fathers also wrote the United States Constitution. A constitution is a plan for our government.
The U.S. government is divided into 3 branches: the legislative branch, the judicial branch, and the executive branch.
The legislative branch, or Congress, makes laws for our country. The members of Congress represent the people of their state. The judicial branch is another part of our government. The people who serve this branch decide if the law has been broken, and if so, what the punishment will be. The Supreme Court judges are the country's highest court. It makes sure that laws are fair by studying and interpreting the Constitution. The President is the leader of the 3rd branch of government, the executive branch. He lives and works in the White House in Washington, D.C. The President is the leader of the military. He can also suggest and approve laws.
Way back in the 1780s, Congress chose a national bird for our country. Benjamin Franklin, a well-known scientist and member of Congress, wanted the wild turkey.
We would like to take you back in time to June 20th, 1782. Oh, look, here comes Benjamin Franklin now. Good morning, gentlemen of Congress. I would like to suggest a wild turkey as a national. A wild turkey? Are you joking? It is a respectable bird, a bird of courage. I think we should have the bald eagle as a national bird. The eagle is powerful and fierce and can live up to 30 years. Yes, the eagle is also too lazy to fish for itself and steals other birds' food. Well, that may be true, but eagles also perch high in trees or on cliffs and look independent and noble. Let's put it to a vote. All in favor of the eagle say aye! From that day on, the bald eagle became our national bird and is recognized as a symbol of freedom. We will now perform a rap called If I Could Be an Eagle. There will be 4 soloists in this musical number: Delaney, Ella, Mila, and Henry. I'd see the largest cities and I'd see the smallest towns, and all the kids would wave hello as I came swooping down. I'd see the wondrous waterfalls and feel the misty spray. I'd drop down for a little drink before I flew away. I'd see the open meadows and the flat green grassy plains. I'd
see the fertile valleys with their waving shafts open.
I'd see the sandy deserts where the prickly cactus grow. I'd see the majestic mountain tops on capped with icy snow.
Congress doesn't just do things like decide on a national bird. Congress also makes laws for the country to protect the rights of the citizens and keep people safe. This year we have read several biographies about people who have worked hard to make our world a better place. We would like to tell you about some of those heroic people. We will give you clues about well-known yet ordinary people who made the world better. After we give clues about this person, we'll give the audience a chance to guess who it is.
When this person was young, she loved science and was fascinated by her father's scientific instruments.
At the time, girls were not allowed to be scientists, especially Polish girls.
So in 1884, she went to a secret college called Flying University.
7 years later, she was finally allowed to attend into Sorbonne, a mostly boys' university, where she specialized in science and mathematics.
There she discovered two new elements, polonium and radium.
She won 2 Nobel Prizes, one in physics and one in chemistry.
After winning the Nobel Prizes, she invented a mobile X-ray unit to help soldiers during World War I.
This person persevered through many challenges and proved that women can be scientists too. Do you know who she is?
The hero we're going to tell you about went to her father's school in Pakistan because it was the only school that allowed girls in the area. A group of soldiers took over the valley she lived in. She got shot in the face by a soldier who did not believe the same thing she did. When she was recovering in a hospital in England, she got more than 7,000 letters from people around the world who had heard about what had happened. She met leaders all over the world who could help her make changes. For example, she met Barack Obama, who was President of the United States. Our hero fought for girls in Pakistan to be able to go to school. Can you guess who it is? This person was born a slave in 1820 and helped and led 70 enslaved people to freedom on the Underground Railroad.
Wow, she must have been brave. Did you know during the Civil War, she was a nurse for the Union soldiers and a spy?
That's fantastic. She was also the first woman in the United States to help lead a military raid when her and 150 African American soldiers rescued more than 700 slaves.
Do you know who it is?
This person used non-violent, peaceful protests to stand up for fair treatment.
Being treated fair is really important.
Yep, he was also put in prison for 2 months for not registering his ethnicity with the government.
2 months? That's a long time.
Definitely. When this person was 60 years old, he walked 240 miles to help people have equal rights.
240 miles? That's like walking from Orinda past Reno, Nevada.
Does anyone know who it is?
Heroes keep trying even when it is hard or when others before them have failed. Failure is just part of the road to success. Many of the heroes we have mentioned so far inspire change. We would like to talk about one more hero who, though is no longer living, still inspires change today. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
In fact, we have a national holiday in January to celebrate the life and work of Dr. King. He worked hard to ensure that all people receive equal treatment under the law, also known as civil rights.
He had lots of courage. He spoke up what he thought was right, even when a lot of other people disagreed with him.
He wanted all people in the United States to be treated with respect. He had a dream that one day children of all backgrounds would be able to work together as friends.
In 1963, he spoke at our nation's capital. In Dr. King's famous I Have a Dream speech, he said, "I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character."
We have made a lot of progress, but many people in our world are still treated unfairly, and the fight for civil rights still continues.
Our next song is a song of hope. We will sing Making a Difference in honor of all the past and present people who go out of their way to make a difference and make our world a better place. In the quest for peace, our leaders have learned that what happens in one part of the world can affect the whole world. We are all dependent on each other to take care of this planet and to take care of each other.
In our classroom, we took a virtual trip around the world this year. We learned that there are 7 continents making up our world.
We are going to give you some clues about each continent. If you know which continents we are talking about, say at the appropriate time. The first continent is very large. It is home to the longest river in the world and has a very large desert. It is well known for its wildlife, like zebras, lions, and elephants, to name a few, and for pyramids built by ancient kings. The name of this continent is Africa. The next continent we will tell you about is the largest. It makes up 1/3 of all the land on Earth. It has the 2 most populated countries and the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest. The name of this continent is Asia. The third continent is the second smallest and is connected to Asia. The climate on this continent ranges from icy cold in the north to warm sunshine in the south. The name of this continent is Europe. This continent is home to the Great Barrier Reef, the largest coral reef in the world. It is also the smallest continent and is sometimes called the land down under. The name of this continent is Australia. The next continent we will tell you about is home to the largest tropical rainforest in the world called the Amazon. The Amazon River goes through the rainforest. Surrounding this river is a rich ecosystem that is home to thousands of different animals and insects. The name of this continent is South America. The sixth continent is buried under thousands of feet of ice. It is the coldest place on Earth. This continent is home to penguins and seals. The name of this continent is The seventh continent is, of course, the one we live on, North America. But as we have learned, many of the people who live in our country have ancestors who have immigrated from other parts of the world. All of the continents except Antarctica, because it is too cold there, have one or more countries. There are over 195 different countries in all. We will end our program with a song called Picnic of the Wood by Tom Chapin. This song names 79 of the 195 countries on our planet. Before we do Picnic of the World, we'd like to take a minute to highlight some of the countries that are not in this song. Because there are 87 second graders this year, we had an opportunity to include 8 more flags in addition to the 79 countries that will be mentioned in the song. 8 second graders too. From each class, choose a flag that was meaningful to them. We chose South Africa, North Macedonia, Lithuania, Madagascar, Palestine, Brazil, Spain, and the Ukraine.
Tom Chapin first published Picnic of the World in 1979. A lot of things have changed since Tom Chapin first released the song over 40 years ago.
Some countries have changed their names or borders. For example, Burma is now called Myanmar. There are even some new countries. The point of the song Picnic of the World is to celebrate all 195 of our countries that make up our world and to remind us that we are all connected because we share the same planet.
Nations sitting on a blanket, having a picnic, the picnic of the world. There's Holland and there's Poland and there's Iceland and there's Thailand. There's England and there's Scotland and America, that's my land. There's Canada and Panama, there's Sweden and Aruba, Korea, Tanzania, not to mention Greece and Cuba. Mali, Mexico and Martinique, Hungary, Turkey, India and Mozambique, Haiti, Fiji, Israel and Senegal, Kenya, Ghana, Jordan and Nepal, all sitting on the same big blanket with the same big basket full of sandwiches and deviled eggs. We're all drinking from the same big thermos at the same big picnic. It's the picnic of the world. There's Pakistan, Afghanistan, Malaya, and Nigeria. There's Luxembourg and Liechtenstein. Let's not forget Liberia. There's Paraguay and Uruguay. There's Russia and there's Syria, Sudan, Japan, Iraq, Iran, and what about Algeria? Finland, Greenland, Switzerland, and Vietnam. Denmark, Norway, Swaziland, and Suriname. Chile, China, Guatemala, Trinidad, Tonga, Togo, Portugal, and Chad. All sitting on the same big blanket with the same warm soda as the ants crawl on our sandwiches. We're all swatting at the same mosquitoes, eating burned up burgers at the picnic of the world. There's Gambia and Zambia and Laos and Guyana. There's Libya, Namibia, Andorra and Botswana. Then there's Singapore and Ecuador and Salvador and Lebanon, Albania, Romania. There's Burma and Bhutan. All sitting on the same big blanket differences but all, knowing at the deep down heart of it we're all